Hi guys. As you can probably hear, the air conditioner is running, the generator is running, and that will give you a hint as to what this video is about today. So this is probably going to go on social media in two different posts on YouTube. It'll obviously be able to be one video. First thing I want to say to all of you guys out there who've been helping me with tips and tricks with my renewable energy and all of your input about the wind and such, I greatly appreciate your input. I'm an average person out here. I've done extensive research, but the practical application, if you've already done it, you know, is a completely different ballgame, and every system is different. So go easy on me. I am out in the wilderness all by myself figuring this stuff out. And that's the next book. So I appreciate your help, but please be kind. Just a general good rule to live by. Approach me with kindness. Please don't come at me swinging mace balls of information angrily. Like, you stupid. Why didn't you know? Speaking of didn't know, even despite the extensive research that I did, I knew that lithium batteries required cooling and required controlled temperatures. To the degree I didn't really think about it. So the last few days that my production has dropped off, it has corresponded with the increase in heat. I haven't used any additional fans or cooling, so it's not that. It has to be the dribble of efficiency from the chemical reaction in the lithium cells that causes the inefficiency. So I'm thinking that's probably part of why I was losing what I expected to have by the end of every day, in addition to not having any wind. So I went and opened the compartment to give it some extra cooling, and it has, so the compartment, I'm aware that it needs, air passage, has 2 fans on one end that are always running. It has 3 vents all the way around the cabinet, so opening the cabinet should cool them down enough. They're not overheating. I would have gotten an alarm if the temperature got too high, but it does slow down efficiency from everything that I have researched. So that's part of why I have had a drop off in my production, in addition to there not being any wind going on. So fast forward to, we had a beautiful morning this morning. I actually turned the generator on because the voltage was low again. Turned the generator on and made myself a cup of coffee, switched the transfer bypass off, let the batteries charge just from the solar and the trickle. I transferred it off so there wouldn't have been any trickle from. Normally, if I have the transfer switch on and that bypass is open, there will be a little bit of energy trickling in to the batteries, but not in the way that it was designed with the solar and with the wind. I don't know why that is. It was explained to me and I don't know. Anyway, so went ahead and made my coffee, got dressed, took the girls on a nice hike. It was so beautiful. And we stayed out longer than we normally do. And over there, the plush green, that is a wildlife reserve. The coyotes like to hang out over there. And came back to the alarms going off, the not smoke or anything, the low voltage alarm. So immediately logged into the system and realized that the inverter had faulted because the voltage was that low. It dropped down to 50.3 by the time we got back here because the refrigerator is on a timer. Completely forgot I'm on a later schedule now that it's getting hot and I'm staying up later at night. And I was also working for a company that was on the East Coast, so I got up at 4:30 every morning. So normally we're back from our hike by, 7:30. I take my morning break from work and go hike with them. So my schedule is a little wonky since we're trying to avoid the heat. I can't sleep when it's hot, so I'm staying up later, and I'm sleeping in like really late. I didn't get up until like 6:15 this morning. So anyway, completely forgot that I had left later than I normally would. The refrigerator timer kicked on. The refrigerator had been running on minimal voltage in the batteries, dropped it down to 50.3. Panic. So 4 12-volt 200 amp hour lithium ion batteries. So you can never drop below 48 volts in the batteries. I think the term I found was lithium combustion is one of the extreme things that can happen. You can damage the cells, you can ruin the batteries, you can permanently damage your efficiency. So, I mean, it is what it is. It happened. Immediately I went into the system and put it in standby, cleared the faults, shut off the bypass so that nothing but the solar was running into the battery and there's nothing coming out through the inverter, and kicked the generator on. So that leads to, here we are today. I decided to give us a vacation. So we're watching Ron Burgundy, watching a movie, and we're sitting in the cool air, pretending like, this is a vacation and we have plenty of power and we're not gonna run low on fuel or water. And so today is vacation day. Oh, heavy sigh. So yeah, I've got the generator running. I'm gonna let it run for probably most of the day today to let my battery system get good and charged. I'm not gonna run anything through the batteries or the inverter today. I'm just gonna let that system recharge the batteries, let the BMS reset and reboot and recharge it and refill it. And so like a 12-hour day will burn about 1/8 of the tank. I hardly ever run the generator. At the most 2 or 3 hours in the evening. If I have a lot of, if I need to cook more than one meal, obviously I'm gonna turn the generator on. If it gets too hot for the girls, I turn the generator on. But I haven't had to do that. Like even yesterday, I didn't turn it on at all yesterday, and it was up to 94. And we were fine. We just stayed in the shade. We walked up into the trees where it's nice and cool. You go another 100, 200 feet up onto this little forest hill, and it's perfectly comfortable. So we're bearing it out up until today. So hopefully I worked the kinks out. Hopefully I've got the batteries cooling efficiently. Gonna let them recharge completely today. Gonna give us a break from the heat and just enjoy the day. So that's my update.